Mr. Turner here. Let's go through a couple of problems and review our equations for our CFA that we need to retake. Please practice these problems and that'll give you everything you need to retake the CFA and be successful. Let's take a look. First of all, we have a two-step algebra problem. We're looking at number 1 here. We have 4y plus 1 equals 13. Now again, as always, we're trying to balance this equation. So sometimes we can draw that line in between. We know the equals is important because that's two sides of the equation. And when I look at this, what I see is this side is heavier than this side. It's got more stuff over here. And what I need to do is try to balance this out. Since I have two things over here and one thing over here, I try to get what's the same, the like terms. This is a number and a letter. This is just a number. On this side of the equals, I have a number. So let's put the two numbers together. And as always, to get rid of it, to undo the operation, we have to do the inverse operation, which means the opposite, right? So there's a whole bunch of words that just means to do the opposite. So if I have plus 1, I need to do minus 1. And as always, if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other to keep my equation balanced. So now I have 13 minus 1, which is 12. I'm going to bring down my equal signs. And then this went away. And then I still have my 4y. Sticking with the same thing, the inverse operation. 4y means multiply. When I have a number next to a letter, that means to multiply. So for my operation, I have to do the opposite to undo it. So I have to divide by 4. Okay? So this goes away, which gives me just a y. And then 12 divided by 4 is 3. So y equals 3, and that solves that one. Okay, let's look at number 2 here. Now, again, don't freak out. It's the exact same equation, they've just switched sides. Usually you're used to the letter and number all being on the left side. This is just on the right side. It doesn't matter. We can go either way. So let's take a look again. Number 2, let's go through here. There's our equals. So again, this side looks heavy to me. I have a number here and a number here, so I need to put those two together. I have negative 2. Remember, everything that's in front of the number goes with it. That sign goes with it. So negative 2, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to add 2, and if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other side. This crosses out because negative 2 plus 2 is 0. I'm going to bring down my equal sign. I'm going to bring down my negative 3c so I don't lose it. And then I have 7 plus 2. I know 7 plus 2 is 9. So now I have negative 3c equals 9. And it's important, don't forget to bring down that negative sign. So now negative 3c means to multiply. So to get c by itself, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to divide it by negative 3 because I want all of that to go away. And then I have 9 divided by negative 3. So this crosses out and gives me just a c. 9 divided by negative 3 is a negative 3 because negative times a negative is a positive. Please remember that with our operations. So negative times a negative is a positive, so I know my answer is negative 3. Okay? Now, how about let's do one with a fraction. It's, again, the exact same process. Just stay calm and remember what you need to do. So let's start it again. So here is where we're going to balance our equation. Again, I have a number and a number. This is letter and a number, so I'm going to put my numbers together. Plus 9, minus 9. So I have to do the opposite operation to get rid of that. That writing's not too clever, but so 9 minus 9 is 0, which gives me k over 3 equals 2 minus 9 is a negative 7, isn't it? They're different signs. 9 is negative, the 2 is positive, so I subtract the 2. 9 minus 2 is 7, and I keep the sign of the larger. The larger one was 9, so I have negative 7. Okay? I know some of this seems like it's going kind of fast. If you need to just stop and rewind, play it again, listen to what's being said. I'm giving a lot in a short period of time. just to keep the video in a good amount of time. But anyway, here we go. So k over 3 equals negative 7. K over 3 means division. I know that fraction line there means division. K over 3 is division. So I have to do the opposite of division to get that k by itself. So I'm going to multiply by 3. That makes that cancel out, and then I'm going to multiply this by 3. So once this cancels out, I get just k equals negative 7 times 3, which is negative 21. And that's my answer. So we'll do one more here with the negatives on number 4. Let's see here. We'll stick with that. Maybe that. Okay. So down here, here's my line between the two. I see the numbers. So I'm going to add 10 to both sides, because that will get rid of that. Negative 10 plus 10 equals 0. I have n over 2 equals negative 6 plus 10. Again, they're different signs, so I'm going to subtract. 10 minus 6 is 4. I'm going to keep the sign of the larger, which is positive, the 10. So that would be a 4. Now I have n over 2, which is division again. So I'm going to multiply by 2, because I want the n by itself. And 2 times 4 is 8, so now I have n equals 8. Okay? Easy peasy. So please go through and practice all these and be ready for your test. Let's do a quick word problem down here. Aaliyah had $24 to spend on 7 pencils. After buying them, she had 10. How much did each pencil cost? Again, we do the famous 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's, take what they give us. Let's use it to our advantage. So Aaliyah had 24 to spend. She had $24 to spend. And then it was on 7 pencils. And let's see, I know that's a little rough there, but after buying them, she had $10. So after, she had 10. And then here's our how or what question. How much did each pencil cost? So the how or what question, how much did it cost here, is going to be our variable. We'll call that x. Okay. So we have 4 things. This is pretty simple. First of all, our total. Our total was 24, right? We could also do total is 10 after she bought everything, but we'll go ahead and start with our total is 24. Because that's what she had total to start with. That may make her life easy. So we always know after the total goes after the equals. Now the other part is, afterwards she had $10. So that's something. And then we have 7 pencils, and then how much did each pencil cost? Now this is a good thing to remember. We have pencils and pencils cost. One is money, one is just an item, like a pencil. Those two are almost always going to go together, because we're trying to find out what those are. So let's call that 7x. So that takes care of these 2 things, or these 3. Now all we have left is after the $10. So we know she bought 7 pencils at however much they were. She had $10 left, and she had 24 at the beginning. So that tells me that this all together equals this, our total, right? 7x plus 10 equals 24. So that's how we got our equation. We're going to solve it just like we always do. So 7x plus 10 equals 24. We're going to subtract 10. 24 minus 10 is 14. So now I have 7x equals 14. I'm going to divide, because 7x means multiply. Divide by 7. And that gives me x equals 2. Let's see, does that make sense? If she had 7 pencils at $2, that's $14, plus 10 is 24, and that's how much she had. Hey, that works out. Okay, guys, please review and take a look at everything if you need to. Remember, just by the way, I will give you a little tip here. Remember, look for important things, like the word half. Like the word half. That's going to mean division, right? So yeah, So when you look at that, make sure and look for keywords in here. 16 more, that means addition, right? Yeah, earn more money, that means addition. So please use your keywords when making your equations. Do the 4 things, find out the total, put them together. Okay, guys, please study for this and take your time. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask, and we'll get you going. Thank you.